Hello everyone again. Jeff here. I'm fixing to cast some aluminum. I'm making the bottom plate for the RepRap printer, 3D printer. It's the Prusa Mendel, but I don't want to use wood plates for the bottom to print on. I want to use a heated plate. So I'm going to cast them out of aluminum and then mill them on the milling machine. Just to show you a little bit of casting technique, I have a sand casting material here that I've made, and it holds its shape. What this consists of is sand, water, and clay. Just a mixture of those three ingredients makes the sand hold its shape. Get a close-up. So as you can see, the sand holds its shape. Water, clay, and sand. So I'm going to go ahead and make the mold, fill it up with sand, and I'll be back. One thing I did want to mention before I fill it up with sand is that here's the pattern for the RepRap Prusa Mendel printer. It's just 3/4 inch plywood that I've cut on a taper all the way around, and I varnished it. The flask that I'm going to use is a 2-part flask. Bottom and top is called the coat, this is called the drag. Take the drag out and just put the coat down. And now I can put the pattern in it, center it, put a place for the molten metal to flow through. And now I'm ready to put the sand in. Get a close-up of this. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I'll be back in a bit with it filled with sand. Okay, there you see I flipped it over with sand in it, and it's holding the pattern upside down. Now all I have to do is fill the bottom half with sand, open it up, take the pattern out, cut gateways, and then pour the mold. Sounds pretty simple, but it takes time. Go ahead and put the bottom on, show you what I'm doing. Notice it's got a taper on both sides, so it fits perfect on these, and I can actually lock it in place with these window locks. Lock them down. So when I open this up, put it back together without the pattern in it, it goes in the exact same spot it was before. I put a little release on it so the top and bottom separate without sticking together. I'm just using graphite for now. They do make a powder for this, but you can use talc powder as well. All you do is fill it up with sand. I use a rubber mallet to pound it down. You don't want to get it too compacted, but you want to get it compacted enough to hold its shape. So sand is very accurate. It takes the shape of anything you put into it. I can even make gears if they're on a taper. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to fill this thing up. Okay, I've got the bottom and top half filled with sand, and the pattern just slid out as I opened up the two halves. So there's the void that the pattern left. All I have to do is cut out right here and cut out right there, and then I can pour this mold. Of course I got to take this pattern out. Be back in a minute. Okay, so this is a little unique. If you open this up, you got your pot you melt your aluminum in. Just anything. These are old gateways or sprues out of castings I've already done. Just any kind of aluminum. As you can see, it runs on propane and electricity. I built the blower motor or blower fan, and you can adjust the airflow on it to give you more or less. I'm going to go ahead and fire this thing up, melt some aluminum. Be back. Okay, I just got to let that big piece melt down a little bit, then I can close the lid. That's it right there. That's what melts my aluminum. Okay, there are two molds to be poured, same pattern. See, I'm still melting. Open the lid and show you. PSI on propane. Okay, I lifted the body of it up with the lever system. Now I'm going to take the pot out and pour the mold. pour this one first. I'm going to have to melt more aluminum for this other mold. I built this furnace. I'll be back. Well, let's see what we got. Good one. Very hot still, but it's cooled off enough where I can take it out of the mold. As you can see, it's pretty straight. Just let it cool off now. Cut the sprues off for the gateways, and then mill it. Then I'll have a plate for a 3D printer. Melting the second batch for that mold there. Be back. Okay, fixing to pour a second mold. And there you go. So I make my ingots and just vegetable cans. If we're going to throw them away, why not use them first? Salvaged aluminum. And let that sit for about 15 minutes before I open it up. I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this thing out of the mold. A lot of heat. It looks good. Still pretty warm. See what we got. Like a good one. Yes, indeedy. All I have to do is mill them. I'll take you over here. And there we go. Pattern and parts. Now I'll take you into the lab, as Russ calls it. Follow me. Yeah, I gotta put all the sand back in now from all of that. Here's my lab. What a small place. I can turn around and see myself. As you can see, I got a menagerie of stuff. But it's air conditioned. Down here in Texas, we can't live without it. Here's my plasma cutting machine. As you can see, I'm not using it right now. Plasma cutter mounted up there. Z-axis. And then, I've never shown you this. This is the lathe that I built. Cast all the parts for it, machine them all. You can see I've even got my name in it. Works pretty good. There's use my computer to run the plasma cutting machine. My welders. And my milling machine that I need to clean up. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try to piece this whole thing together. I don't know if this camera will let me do it. I'll try. Thank you for watching. Jeff signing off.